Today I will reveal to you the #1 biggest money and financial related mistake I see people making all the time. This is a massive financial mistake, something you never want to do ever, okay? And there are a lot of financial mistakes. So for me to say something is #1, that's really going out there, right? Because there's a lot of dumb things people could do with money, okay? Someone could get $100,000 and they could say, I could invest that money and have that 100,000 grow into be 150,000 and 200,000 and so on and so forth. Or they could say, I'm going to spend that 100,000 on a Range Rover. I'm going to spend that $100,000 on a Range Rover, and each year that Range Rover depreciates, and next thing you know, it's worth 80,000, and then a few years later, a year later, it's worth 60,000. A few years later, also that Range Rover is worth 40,000, and it gets less and less and less. Okay, the amount of money that Range Rover is worth goes down and down and down when you could have invested that money into something and made your money into money, okay? I've seen a lot of people do that, all right? I've seen a lot of people sign up for car loans with 20% interest rates on them, okay? 20% interest rates. Are you flipping my flapjacks? It's ridiculous. Like, are you kidding me? A 20% plus interest rate. I've seen people do that right in front of my eyeballs before, and it's like, are you kidding me? Like, what are you thinking right now? What are you thinking, okay? I've seen people buy some spec stocks over time, GoPro, buying a spec stock that, isn't profitable at that particular time, isn't making money, maybe could execute on all these things and execute on their vision, and it could be you could make a ton of money on the investment, but at the same time you're taking such a big risk in one of those investments that you could end up losing a substantial amount of money, okay? You could lose a substantial amount of money, all right? I've seen people gamble money away, at casinos, like their whole net worth, basically. I've seen people do so much stupid stuff, okay? I've seen people do so much stupid stuff. I've done some stupid stuff in my time. My two main things were, the time I messed around with the spec stock, which was very publicized on this channel, okay? When I messed around with GoPro stock, that was a really dumb decision in the end, okay? That was way too spec, and I made a huge investment in that company. It cost me a lot of money, all right? The second big, huge mistake I've made in my financial life is I messed around with margin, which is essentially starting to gamble on stocks because you're starting to take out debt to invest more money, okay? So I've done some dumb stuff in my time, okay? I can't point the finger and say, everybody else makes mistakes. I don't make any mistakes. I've made some mistakes as well, okay? We all have it. Everyone does, okay? But there's one thing that throughout my time I've seen that's a bigger change in my life and holds more people back, okay? This one thing is just massive in what it does to people, okay? By the way, let me know what your biggest financial mistake is. Maybe you're so young and you've just, are starting your financial life that you haven't made any financial mistakes yet. And that's okay. It's understandable. If you're under, let's say you're watching this video and you're under 21 years old, like you're just starting out, so you probably haven't made any financial mistakes. But once you start getting in your mid-20s, 30s, 40s, like you're going to start making some mistakes here and there. Something's going to go wrong. The trick is you just want to avoid as many pitfalls as possible, okay? So the first thing is, the biggest mistake I see people making, okay? It revolves around money, but it involves the mindset around money, okay? It's a psychological mindset, okay? Some people's mindset is geared toward spending the money, okay? Spending the money, and everything they think about is how I'm going to spend this money I have, okay? Massive financial mistake. That's a really bad mindset, okay? Then there's another mindset you could have that is around money, which is basically I need to save every penny. Every single dollar, is valuable, and I can't spend any money here, and everything's so expensive. And oh my gosh, I need to try to just save money. I can't spend money on anything. And I'm going to tell you, that's also a bad mindset, okay? And that's a mindset I used to come up with, and that's a mindset I was raised on. And as I've grown as an adult, I can see that was a horrible mindset, okay? It wasn't as bad as this one, but it's pretty damn close, okay? And then the next one is a mindset on money, which is a growth mentality, okay? And this is one that really only about 5% or less of the population really has a growth mindset when it comes to money. I would say maybe probably realistically about 2 to 3% of the total population really has a growth money mindset, okay? That's probably more realistic than 5%. 5% is being generous, okay? So this one we know is bad. This is the one that's talked about all the time. Anybody that talks anything about money is going to tell you, oh man, if you're just focused on spending all your money all the time, you're not making any more money and anything like that's bad. It's obvious, okay? But the one that doesn't get talked about, the one that never gets talked about, the mentality that never gets talked about is this one, okay? Which is also a horrible mentality to have. What I have seen out there from people is I've seen people just talk about saving money. And I grew up like this. I grew up in a family that was all about not necessarily growing their money. They didn't have growth mentality. They had saving mentality, okay? We're going to clip coupons. We're going to save money wherever we can. That's too expensive over there. That's too expensive. And the focus was always on saving money, and it was never on growing money, growth, okay? And so as I came up into the financial world, I thought that might be the right way for me. I should just worry about saving money because, gosh, I can never make more money out there. And then my mindset started to slowly slip, and I began to understand that this is where big money's at, okay? Not over here. You're not going to save your way to $1 billion, okay? You're not going to save your way even to $10 million, okay? You're not going to save your way to get to that. You're making $40,000 a year, okay? Do the math on that. You work a job for $40,000 a year, and you make 30, you work there for 30 years, take taxes out of that. Guess what that is? A whole lot of nothing, okay? That's a whole lot of nothing. Never mind if you had kids and all those different expenses, okay? It's a whole lot of nothing in the end. Where the real money's at is if you got growth mentality, okay? You're thinking about how to grow this pie to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and how can I do things over here? And your attention, your mindset, your attention is on growth, okay? You don't care about savings. You don't care about, the dime that's going out there or there, here or there. You care about how you're going to make more money, okay? And that's where my focus is totally on nowadays. My mindset, I don't care. Hell, I spend $100 a month on a wine club. I don't even drink wine. I spend $100 a month on a wine club. I don't even drink wine. I spend $100 on cable TV. I don't even watch cable TV. And it's not because it's necessarily wasted or something. Somebody's going to drink that wine. Somebody that I entertain or whatever. Somebody watches the cable TV or whatever. My kids enjoy. They watch cartoons or whatever, right? But my mindset is I don't even care, man. The $100 is like nothing to me because guess what? I'm worried about making tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands out here, okay? The conference call I could be listening to while I'm instead of, paying attention to, oh my gosh, I got to cut costs here or cut costs there. That conference call could be worth thousands of dollars, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, okay? Or millions of dollars. And because I'm not on the conference call and I'm worried about, oh my gosh, how am I going to save a few pennies here and there? All of a sudden, I missed out on that huge opportunity, okay? I get people all the time that are like, Jeremy, I would love to join your stock market membership group, but it's $99 a month. I'm like, dude, you cannot afford to not be in that group. Like you're learning from somebody, you're personally learning from somebody that's been in the stock market for 10 years, okay? You cannot afford to not be in that group, all right? And if no one joined that group, like I'm good for the rest of my life. You gotta ask yourself, how did this guy get to be so good in his life? Like how did that end up happening, okay? How did that end up happening? It's all because of the stock market. Did I make money from Quick Trip? Yeah. Did I make money from my real estate marketing company? Yeah. Do I make money from YouTube? Yeah. I made money all along the way, but then I would funnel that money into investments and growing that money into more money, okay? Growing that money, growing that money, growing that money. So when I say $99 a month to be in my stock market membership group, you cannot afford to not be in there. You can't put a dollar sign on that. From someone that has made and lost more money in the stock market than, anybody in my age group that I've ever met in my life. Like no one's made the kind of money I've made from the stock market. No one's lost the kind of money I've lost in the stock market, okay? Both those sides. No one, okay? No one I've ever met has even in my same league as me, okay? It's insane. So in my opinion, is it worth being in that group? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, for $99 a month, that's like a joke when I really think about the numbers I've done in my lifetime already, okay? I had $200,000 in the stock market before I was age 25 working at a convenience store. Like that's pretty crazy, guys, okay? Think about that for a second. So where your attention needs to be is on growth. This is where your attention's got to be. Forget, spending money you already lost. Like take your L and go home. If your mindset's just there, you're never going to win at this game. But if your mindset's just around saving, dude, you need to get over here, man. This is where the players are at. This is where the players are at. You want to be a player? Get over here, man. You want to actually be in the game? You want to actually be, not just, be some guy making $100K a year? Oh, think you're making so much money? No. You want to be a real player making hundreds of thousands, have investments of hundreds of thousands in companies, 6-figure, 7-figure investments? You need to be on the growth mindset, man. You're not going to get there unless you're going to be super old. If you want to be, have 6- and 7-figure investments, when you're 70, 80 years old, yeah, worry about this. Worry about this. Have that type of mindset and you will get there. there when you're 70 or 80 years old. You want to have that type of stuff when you're in your 30s, in your 40s? Dude, get the growth mindset, man. And it's a big shift. And how do you shift it from there? How do you actually shift from a saving mindset to a growth mindset? What it comes down to at the end of the day, it comes down to one thing. It comes down to confidence in yourself. Belief in yourself that you can go out there and do it, okay? Believe that you can go grow your money into money, okay? And you're not going to be able to do that at a workplace. The chances you're going to rise ranks and become CEO of Apple, very, very slim. The chances you can go start a company that might make you $50,000 a year, pretty high, okay? And the chances you can expand that company into some other company that makes you $100,000, pretty high. Now the chances you can make that into a company that somehow makes you $250,000 a year 10 years from now, pretty high. But once again, the chances of you being CEO of Apple or an executive at Apple or Walmart or Amazon, extremely low, okay? So where I'm telling you is where the money's at. You got to get confidence in yourself that you can go out there and do it. And how do you start? It's little step by little step, okay? It's little step by little step. I always talk about this. You got to take a little step here, little step there, and then that little step is a huge step, okay? You start a little side project while you're still working at a company, and you have a little success there, and you're like, wow, I'm really building this. You focus a little more time and attention there, okay? Then all of a sudden, maybe you go down and be a part-time worker at your workplace, and then you're funneling more time, and you're seeing more results, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're making enough money from this over here that you can quit your regular job. You build this thing up over here, get some confidence, and you realize, man, it's a way bigger opportunity over here for me. You go after that and you build that, okay? And then you go from that, and if that thing's not big enough and you see something bigger out there, you go and leap for the next one, okay? You go take that next chance and you go rise from there, okay? But it's little step by little step, and it's getting confidence in yourself. You don't have the confidence in yourself, the strategies aren't gonna work, okay? I could tell you all the marketing strategies, I could tell you all the social media strategies, I could tell you all the investing strategies, I could tell you everything about what you need to look for in a stock and in a real estate property or a bond or whatever. Like, if you don't have confidence in yourself, it's game over at that point. Get the confidence in yourself, take these little steps, and then get to where you want to get. And get that growth mindset, man. Like forget this, dude. Forget this crap. It's not going to get you there. It's not going to get you there unless you want to be the, someone that's doing okay. By the way, you say you're 70, 80 years old and you got $2 million in the bank. Dude, if you're in your 20s and 30s watching this and you're going to be talking about 70s and 80s, like $2 million is going to be nothing. Like $2 million might be worth what equivalent to 100,000 or 500,000 is now, okay? That might be what $2 million is worth at that time, maybe even less. So think about that for a second, man. You're not going to get there from here. You're going to get there from here. You want to be a real player? Get over the growth side. That's where it's at, guys. Stop viewing everything as, oh, I can't spend any money. I can't spend any money. Spend money on what you want to spend money on. I was so stupid when I started my real estate marketing company. It cost me like, I don't want to say $6,000 to $7,000 or somewhere around there to start my real estate marketing company. There was a phenomenal photographer, a real estate photographer, one of the best in the world. He was selling a course. It was like $400 course. And at that time, I didn't I was like, dang, $400 for this course. I can learn from this guy who's super successful, has all these real estate clients, is a phenomenal real estate photographer. I could learn from him for $400. I could buy his course, but I was like, no, I should save my money. Dude, if I could tell you how much I would have made if I would have just freaking taken that course and applied his principles rather than holding myself back. It was so hard to build my real estate company in the early days because I was pretty much a garbage photographer and I had to charge garbage prices because I was garbage. If I would have bought his damn course, it would have helped me out so much because he's one of the best. And he was teaching so many things all in this one course. I got to pay $400 for it and probably made $40,000 my first year instead of making, I don't know, I was lucky to probably make $20,000 or so in my first true year of being in my real estate business. I could have made at least $40,000 plus if I would have actually took his course. Like what an idiot I was. But I still had that savings mindset, dude. And then my mind started opening up and I'm like, nowadays I'm like, I roll my eyes when I think about like, man, I was so naive. So naive, man. So naive. That's just the bottom line. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. Get over that growth mindset if you want to be a real player in this game. You want to have $2 million in the bank, be an old ass dude, like you can save your way there. Good luck with that. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.